But I think in all sincerity, Komla Kluche has done some great work reporting from Nigeria for us. And I have to say that it also is due to the instrumentality of the great leadership that we have in the newsroom. And Michael TJ should take the kudos for this, being the general manager for news, etc., making sure that he was able to deploy. Yeah, the last election he was there, though. Monitored him closely, and what he's doing fantastic work. Fantastic work, because ideally many media houses in Ghana would have been corresponding with their affiliates in Nigeria, but we are not only doing that, we've sent somebody there, we're able to do that. And I think that Komla Kluche's work bears testimony that indeed we're first in news, best in entertainment. Yeah, Komla Kluche, whatever it is. Let me just wear my gankwe for you.
Bringing us first-hand
information. But you know what surprises me is that there's suspension of counting. I don't know. I can imagine that it is Ghana, and then we have Jean Mensah suspending counting for 30 minutes or 1 day or something like that. That will be trouble. And then also there's the issue about sharing of money. There's an issue about sharing of money. There's a video that will show our people. You
mean buying of votes, right?
Okay, well, if
buying of votes or
yes,
sharing of money.
If it is buying of votes, then fine. But they're sharing money.
Okay.
And I think that is problematic.
Right.
And Oliver will put the video already there. But I think it speaks volumes about the way the African continent, and when we started embracing democracy in sub-Saharan Africa, we have decided as a people to also monetize everything. We are monetizing everything. There are videos and pictures of areas where gangs go and raid polling stations and scatter tables, chairs of polling officials, and nobody is able to vote. I mean, in the context of Nigeria, they'll say that this is free and fair election. But I think that it is as bad as it can get. But we have to say kudos to at least officials of the Electoral Commission who are able to stand there. But Nigeria is a big issue. It is a big issue.
It's heated over there.
Yeah,
super heated.
It's heated.
And it's quite interesting to know that so far, only one result from one state has actually been officially declared out of all the 36 states that voted. We are still waiting, and just like Roland indicated, well, INEC, their Electoral Commission, has suspended all sorts of counting and collation. And so far, it is only Ekiti State's results that are in, and Tinubu is winning in Ekiti. He's leading by 201,494. And those who are obedient, I mean, Peter Obi, he has garnered 11,397 of the votes. Rabiu has only 264 of the votes. And then Atiku coming in second with 89,554 of the votes. So the voter turnout was over 300,000.
Yeah.
And it's actually disturbing to know that in Ekiti State alone, over 6,000 ballots were invalid. I mean, destroyed. It was null and void. 6,000. I don't know if it was deliberate for people to do that. I have no idea how you're going to vote and you don't know who to vote for, or you do the wrong thing. I mean, you can imagine 6,000 votes declared null and void in the Ekiti State. So as it stands, out of the over 300,000 people who voted, Tinubu is in the lead, who garnered 201,494 of the votes, followed by Atiku, who had 89,554 of the votes. Well, Peter Obi from the Labour Party is coming in third with 11,397 votes. And Rabiu, he didn't do much in Ekiti at all. He had 264 votes. But INEC, they've suspended counting and collation. From what we are hearing, we are learning that the online portal on which all these results are supposed to be made available, it's just not working. The portal is not working for some bizarre reasons. They just cannot access anything online. Many people are complaining. When you go on social media, Nigerian elections is actually trending #1 everywhere. Twitter, Facebook,
I'm telling you.
Instagram, and everywhere.
Nigeria is big.
And how the portal is not working, I don't even understand.
Yeah.
I cannot understand. So we are learning that we may not be seeing the full picture of the results up until Wednesday, and it's only Monday today. And in some areas, because of delays in bringing voter materials, if you want me to cut it, I can cut it so we take a look at
the video. If that video is ready,
okay, all right.
We'll just give you a sample of what it is we're talking about.
Okay.
Just a situation where they are sharing. Please up the sound. Up the sound.
You voter's card. You voter's card. Oh yeah, well. Thank you,
So you could see clearly, Cookie. There's a situation where they're sharing money.
You're ready.
And this is the PDP. This is PDP. It's PDP. Okay, so they're sharing money, and then they get to see that there are two minors.
Yeah.
And he said,
"Where's your voter card?
Where's your voter card?
Where's your PVC?"
So he just gives him one of the notes and gives the other one and leaves. So.
My goodness.
But it speaks volumes about the bigger issue of how we're monetizing democracy. I don't think that for sub-Saharan Africa, and if all of us know what sub-Saharan Africa is, where the black people live on the African continent, we're ready for democracy.
Jesus Christ.
You know, and we will do this and then go to the IMF, go to the World Bank, and we won't bail out. You understand? And I'm speaking to this because we have an election coming up in 2024.
We do. We do.
And the money we spent in the last election, both MPP and NDC spent in the last election, they are going to spend more in 2024.
Right.
We have to ask ourselves the questions. Is that how we want to govern ourselves? Is that how we want to distribute resources to buy votes? Because when you buy the votes, you have to make the money back. If an individual gets into parliament, gets to become a minister of state, or is closer to a businessman, so to speak, we have to ask ourselves, how would they get the monies back? If there is an industrialist who gives you money as a politician, and of course is always in secrecy, then we have to ask ourselves the questions. How will that person get the money back? Is it not through procurement, skewed over invoicing, through dubious contract that they would make their money back? But that is at the detriment of an individual. Somebody who is in a village somewhere who need a good school. It means that my great minister, the Minister of Education, Dr. Yao Osei-Bichum, well, good morning to you, would not have enough resources to be able to build enough schools, to provide enough textbooks, etc. We have to rethink the way we are undertaking democracy on this African continent. Sub-Saharan Africa, where the black people live on the continent, Sub-Saharan Africa. If we know that the democracy is not good for us, we have to be sharing money to Roland, sharing money to Cookie, sharing money to Bismarck before we get to vote. Then we have to rethink this democracy we're practicing. Because we spend money on in election year, the next year the economy records a downturn. And the Nigerian economy is equal to that of South Africa. over 500 billion, over 500 billion. See the development in South Africa and see the development in Nigeria. See the distribution of resources in South Africa and see the distribution of resources in Nigeria. Same economy, worth in GDP. I always say that the South Africa that we always use, if not because the whites are there. I mean, all apologies for apartheid that was visited on the black people in South Africa. But if not that the whites were in South Africa or are still in South Africa, South Africa will not be the place it is today. Many of us, either sitting on TV or radio or business, when we go to South Africa, and I am told, I haven't been there before, I am told, then the videos I've watched on YouTube, you see some of the South African cities, they are like Europe.
The day you get there, you'll be very upset.
It is the reason why in sub-Saharan Africa, it is only either in the Southern African region that we don't see migration or people migrating to the West, like you find in West Africa, East Africa, something.
So I would normally lodge in an Airbnb, which is next door.
You mean when you go to South Africa?
When I go to South Africa.
Big.
Vidasi.
Please raise the phone, let's see.
Very, very close to the American embassy. I mean, it shares well. So from my Airbnb, I can actually see the American embassy. And no, you don't see any queue. I've never seen any queue.
In the American embassy?
Yes, in the American embassy in Sandton, Joburg. I've never seen a queue.
Because
I have never seen a queue. And if you do go and apply, ask me how many years they start from. 10 years. They give you 10 years.
My sister, it's because it's a demand and supply situation.
Nobody needs it over there.
If you can find a normal job in South Africa, that gives you dignity and respect.
Why do you have to go to America? Exactly.
I'm not saying that South Africans don't travel.
Yeah,
they do.
They do.
But do they travel in the same numbers like we troop?
No.
Come and put a plane, 10 Boeings, 10 Airbuses at Kotoka International Airport and say that free America.
People will be hanging on the wings. People will be hanging on the wings.
If you're a professional in South Africa, you would not like to go and be a professional in America.
Right.
Because there you live in your country.
Right.
You're
Right.
okay.
Right.
But talking about that, there's also another issue that drew my attention over the weekend.
Okay.
And it's about something that happened at the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company Limited.
Yeah, that story.
Oliver, put a first letter. There's a first letter that is issued from the office of the president. It's in green, the green one. It is signed by Nana Bedieto Asante, Secretary of the President, appointing a managing director of the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company Limited, 21st. And then you have the Minister of Energy, whose attention has been drawn to the letter. Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, I'm not imputing anything. It says that the President has nominated Madam Genevieve Saki for appointment as the Managing Director of the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company Limited. Kindly take the necessary steps to regularize the said appointment in accordance with the relevant provisions of the Companies Act. We do understand that. While this apparently was in motion, there was still present at the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company.
Frances was still there?
Frances Esiam was still there in that white letter. Next one. So she decides to resign on the 23rd. What kind of machination is this?
The first letter appointing the new lady
was on the 21st.
On the 21st. And then on the 23rd is when she is tendering in her resignation letter.
I mean, who does this? And I think the Minister of Energy better sanitize the whole company and the mode of appointment. Of course, I know that the office of the president is empowered by the Constitution to do the appointment.
Right.
But then if you're a Minister of Energy and you have oversight responsibility over some of these things, it has to be better done so that nobody impugns that there are actions and inactions that are being undertaken to which we even are having threats from the lady, Frances CM, saying that she's going to spill beans about the minister.
But could it not be, yes, could it not be that there's some negative energy going on?
There is,
that
certainly.
is that probably the minister is not even, that maybe the minister is not even aware of, because it does happen. Yes, he's at the top. And if I know Napo very well, he does everything in connection or considering everyone that he works with. All his deputies are always aware of decisions that are taken in that office.
Are they?
Yes, he works hand in hand with all of them. So
wear my spectacle.
What bad energy is going on here that is quite not adding up? That probably is on his blind side. That's what I'm thinking. Because how does a first letter come in on the 21st of February and now a resignation is coming on the 23rd of February? It's not adding up. And you mentioned something about Frances CM saying what?
She's going to spill a lot of beans about the minister, the ministry, and a lot of things, undercurrents, etc. We don't need this relating to the Ministry of Energy, the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company.
With all that
some of these things that we undertake, it questions our ability to be able to institute proper public corporate governance practices. How many years have we been practicing our democracy since 1993? And we still see these machinations, etc.
Yeah, and manipulations.
Oh, no. I want to say good morning to Jerry Amajiro.
I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of this by the end of the week. Somebody has to grant an explanation.
We'll go to Frances
CM. I'm not understanding.
To see whether she's going to spill the beans as she's threatening. Good morning to Jerry Amajiro. You're the secretary of the NDC in the North Dome constituency. Have a great day as well. But very soon we'll be going to the studios.
Yeah.
Go and have Johnny's Bite, as far as this is concerned. But look, we're still live in Nigeria. Komla Kuche doing great work. We're able to get live feed, up to the minute reports. We're able also to get to tell you what is, as far as we're related, some of the things that need to be done. Currently, Cookie, I think that the Independent National Election Commission of Nigeria need to be up and doing. They have some great pedigree from the last election.
They've disappointed too many people.
So they need to make sure the things that need to be done are done well. Yeah. And then the things that need to be done to ensure that there's peace in Nigeria is also undertaken so that everybody is satisfied.
Right.
That said, good morning to you as well, Godwin Tamaklo. You're the group chairman, if not the group CEO of the Rates Group or managing director of Rates Transport. You're based in the Tema Enclave. Great work you're doing alongside many other things. And then also, Eduji Tamaklo, you celebrated your birthday.
On Saturday.
Was it Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah, Saturday.
You didn't invite...
We share the same birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, we share the same birthday.
You didn't invite me. But he says I should tell you good morning.
It's normal.
It's
last
normal.
year he didn't invite us. Oh, he had a party. He had a full-blown party last year. Well, I think Johnny attended, but he didn't invite me. Your birthday.
The two of you share the same birthday.
Same birthday.
Hey,
same birthday. Same birthday. Is he coming this morning? I don't think so, right?
No, it's Mutala who is coming.
He doesn't want trouble, so he's not coming this morning. No. Anyway, Honorable, good morning and
good morning and belated happy birthday. Yes. It's also the birthday of Dennis Miracles Abuaje.
Oh, it's his birthday today.
Birthday today. Great guy. Wow. Great guy. It's birthday today. He is the director in charge of local government services at the office of the president, Derek Miracles Abuaje.
Dennis.
Oh, sorry.
Dennis.
I want to change his name because
he's championing decentralization at the moment.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that he's going to lead us to that path where we nearly went before it was boycotted at the last minute. The voting of MMDCs. And it is going to be Dennis Miracles Abuaje. The short, strong man.
Oh, happy birthday.
The man who is always fighting the NDC, and the NDC is also fighting
He
back.
can defend
I
MPP for
swear,
Africa.
I
He can
swear.
defend MPP.
This year,
Hey, unless he people run away.
Dennis Miracles Abuaje, Director in charge of local government services at the Office of the President, doing some great policy initiatives at the Office of the President. Happy birthday, great
The
guy.
decentralizer.
Yeah, it's a former MC too. Short man, but doing great.
Very
They
powerful
said,
guy.
yeah, I think so far he's the only short man in Ghana who is doing great things. Many
Oh,
of the
really?
short men,
They are not doing great
no,
things?
No. They've not been doing well, but he's the only short guy who is doing some great things.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's take a break right now. When we do come back, of course, Johnny's Bites will be here. This is still TV3 New Day. Please make sure that you use the hashtag TV3 New Day across all our social media platforms. Good morning and thank you for joining us.